Well, hello, everybody. Another episode of Friday Night Bricks.
Could you sound more excited?
Huh?
Can you sound more excited, Reed?
Why? I don't want to be here. No, I should be excited. I know what you're talking about.
Is there an update, Reed? Is there a reason you're happy?
No.
Is there a reason you're happy?
Hey, I changed my portal. Can't you see it on the screen? I changed my rainbow portal.
Oh, nice. Is that a lot of one-by-one brand clear?
Yeah, someone said they used my big bag of purple 1x1 sparkly bricks. So I
nice. That was a great idea. Whoever had that.
Yeah,
Hello, Panda. Hello, Dude Jude.
That was not the update I was looking for, Reed. And
Panda, you've been religiously on here at the start every week lately.
Sorry, that person's not here yet to ask for that update. So sorry. And then I'm working on the castle, getting it ready to go for the next show. I've been working on the paths and sinking the buildings into the mills, which works pretty good. So I like doing that a little bit. Portal. And then I think I did like someone's idea of taking Cupid, and I'm gonna play with the Cupid and the Ranger from the D&D. See if I can make some baby Ranger.
You're gonna try to procreate Legos. It doesn't work, Reed.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm gonna try. So, how is Kevin tonight?
Good.
Is Kevin sorting tonight?
Yeah, doing a little cleanup and a draft of one of the botanical sets last night at our Build and Brew, and it was a phenomenal draft.
Yeah,
they were on sale at Costco for like $20 instead of $60. So got fantastic parts.
Nice.
Many parts. What's up, Jesse?
How's Brett tonight?
Hey, Jesse.
Yeah, I'm chilling. Playing Castle. I did a video this week, Reed. Did you see?
It's a crazy week. No, I haven't been paying attention. No, but I did. I've had a problem with the tooth. Yeah, I'll have to go hunt for it. But no, I've got a problem with the tooth. And then this morning, the toothbrush went over it, knocked out the whatever the part of tooth that was loose. And then at some point today, I kind of just put my finger on it, and I heard a crack, and I'm like, oh, great. So my denture is going to have to stay in at least through tomorrow, through my show. Kind of sucks. So, yeah. And that's why that Facebook, and then, of course, Facebook, I had 2 marketplaces up. One last night, super late, and decided, hey, I'll check it. I want to change the wording on it. I'm like, what do you mean? And it was like, what do you mean? It's like, it's not, so somebody's offended by something or.
So you're going to have to start that story a little bit from the beginning. What do you mean?
So my listing has gone against our rules.
There we go.
Gone against the rules.
Why did you post something that was against the rules, Reed?
We've rejected your marketplace listing. It looks like your listing promotes the sale of animals. This goes against our commerce policies on land, animals, and animal products. So I guess having a Lego minifigure riding a Lego horse is, I guess, against the rules.
Did you state anywhere in the text there was a horse?
Did you dispute it, Reed?
Well, I did, but then, of course, what makes it so damn funny is this is the second page, and it says, what should we know about your listing? It's not offensive in my region. It was raised to awareness, or it was a joke. I'm like, those are the 3 choices I have. Not that maybe it's not about the animal you're talking about or anything. It's like, this looks like it was written by AI or somebody who never, ever leaves their parents' house and doesn't know how to talk to people. Because I'm like,
no, that's a default response. That's a response to things that are offensive or go against the guidelines.
Yeah, but
they don't write custom responses to each person that disputes things, Reed.
Oh no, but okay, 40 years ago when I wrote basic code, it was like there was an if and a then, and if it said like
what's your if then?
Well, if it you have it set up so that it says if it doesn't meet whatever you're objecting to, then this is my response, which would have been, because that's what it's saying. Which one is that?
I had
which
this.
one do you think it is?
That's the default, Reed.
Yeah,
they're not going to have a whole bunch
of HP laptops.
Sure. This is the problem. It doesn't fit any of those defaults, but I got to pick one of those.
Yep. It's clear it doesn't fit that, but they're not going to have, well, does it deal with the horse? Then we're going to have these 3 responses based on what you respond with. Does it deal with what firearms? Then they have these responses. It's going to have a default response to everyone. They're not really concerned with fixing it. They're merely
okay. Well, logic, my common sense and logic says maybe they should have an other on there with maybe a place to enter. You have to enter one of these. You have to enter one of these 3. Which 3 would you say mine is for my Lego? Which one of those would it be?
Yeah, but Reed, let's be real.
We know it's not relevant.
If you had number 4, they'd have to pay someone just to check it.
But I understand it. But I have to pick one of those 3. So if my Lego display is which one is that 3?
Reed, what is this designed for? What is this designed for?
This is to say my listing.
No. I don't care about your listing. What is this response designed for?
No, you listen. This is to tell Facebook that please review my listing. So it's wrong. This is my 3 choices. On the second page, I have to pick these 3.
I'm saying that response is probably designed for spam. Probably designed for people that are trying to repeatedly post things that are against the rules, and so it's set up to slow them down and require them to fill something out. It's not designed to address every issue. They probably assume you're going to then email them and talk about something afterwards. So it's not designed to handle one-on-one issues. It's designed to block spam.
Okay.
I would guess.
No, but this is when I go in, okay, maybe you should sell something on Marketplace and have it rejected. Then you'll understand what I'm going through. This is what it says. It says, it goes through the page. I'm like, okay, it's other, whatever on the first page. And then the second page, that's what the second page is. And I have to pick one. And I'm like, what? I
understand. There isn't a valid response.
There isn't, but I have to pick one of those 3. No, that's what's so frustrating. One of those 3 has to be picked, which is absolutely asinine in my book. There should be something else.
So read number 1 out again, Reed, please. Read number 1 out. It says this does not condone with animals in my area, correct? Now, if that's the case, the AI cannot predict where you live and where you're going to live. So if you select that one, it will probably get it to further review. It will say, okay, we are reviewing this now. And then someone will look at it and say, oh, look, he's trying to list a toy. He's listed it as something else. It's flagged it up. Let's clear it. I had this with a laptop. It said it was against the terms of service. So I disputed it. I got a message back an hour later from Facebook saying, we're very sorry. And put the listing straight back up.
Attention. Mine still says it still needs attention, but yet it doesn't. There's nothing that says there's nothing there to go anywhere. So I'm guessing it's listed. I guess I don't know. I mean, it's kind of weird that it's just like. I mean, the only thing that maybe is in there. I mean, I guess let's see. I don't think there's anything. It says maybe horse rider. I mean, what would be the only thing that says about a horse? I have.
Okay. Thanks for calling someone fantastic. I'm not sure who you're referring to.
Horse. It's a horse transporter, which is one of the newer sets. You know, ours biggest sleigh. You know, Emily Jones and the Eagle.
Mid conversation, Reed had a post on Facebook that included some Lego horses for sale, and Facebook flagged it as sale of livestock, which is not allowed on Facebook Marketplace. And so Reed is taking issue with the option to try to dispute this, which didn't include an option that applied at all to what the situation is here.
Yeah,
hey, Cliff.
It's
frustrating.
It's frustrating because, you know, I'm just trying to sell stuff so I can maybe get my tooth fixed and go to brick slopes. At the rate it's going, might have to be a wash this year. I mean, that's the saddest part. I mean, just nothing's selling. I don't understand. Something's going on. Something's going on crazy. Nothing's selling.
Well, you're seeing people are spending less money.
Conspiracy, man. Conspiracy.
Yep. Must be political. Everybody, even when I was complaining, somebody had to bring up politics. And politics. Come on, really?
Someone, yes. The problem is that people are uncertain as to what's going to happen, and they're worried that there might be a scale back, and the unemployment rate has gone, or there are less jobs out there than there were before. So people in general are feeling a little less concerned about their finances, so they're not spending as much money, which is what you're seeing in sales from the first quarter here in the U.S. at least. So it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I might have to return some stuff. Go digging through my receipts. Return stuff.
What are you returning?
Just what all the stuff I overbought, all the poly bags and stuff I overbought. That, you know.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I bought a bunch of those. Yeah, I mean, what's funny is I did it once and then it came back literally like 20 minutes later. Oh, it's still offensive, and so yeah, I don't know. It looks like it's active now, but I got it. But if nothing's,
Mark Zuckerberg on the phone and talk to him.
Yeah, I'm getting tons of clicks. I'm just not getting anybody even like saying, "Hey, would you take this? Would you take that?" And so
yeah,
got a couple hundred clicks on each one, but yeah, it's kind of crazy. So.
Hello, Troy.
Maybe, who knows? Troy. I might be able to fill the room.
Yes, let's not go down the politics road because I will have plenty to say if we do.
Politics do not have a place with Lego. Do you not?
Well, except that we can't get standard parts.
America.
On bricks and pieces.
America.
And I've bought things already in anticipation that prices might go up. So things that I've been kind of waiting on, I pulled the trigger and bought, like the Zelda set, because I'm worried that the price might go up or it might go out of production or something might happen. So probably won't, but I don't want to take a chance. It happened with something a number of years ago. There was one set that had a limited run and I never picked it up, and I've always been worried about that ever since. For sets that I really, really want, like the Zelda set.
Yeah. So this is kind of this is
Kevin. Some guy called Reed that has it at the moment. I'm still working on it.
What was that?
He keeps.
What was that, Brett?
I said I'm also looking for one of them rare sets like that. I said I know who's got a guy called Reed. I've been working on him for 3 years. You know. I get
Oh,
them,
nice read.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that way it's sunk in.
One of them rare sets you can't find. Read.
Is it out of print then now, Brett? Brett, is it out of print?
Well, no, it's not out of print. It's just very vintage. Reed likes to hoard all the gold. He's electrical.
So, Troy and maybe Juju, do you guys have warm weather right now? Trying to think of who else in here lives in the south of the U.S. Actually, don't know where Cliff lives or MJB. No, Jesse's probably about as cold as I am.
I can tell you where they all live, Mr. Wagner, in America.
They don't all live in America. Well, maybe all of them do, but.
Well, they do. To me, everyone lives in America.
So a little chilly, does that mean it's what, 60 degrees out, Troy? Ah, this was the part I wanted most. And it was the first part picked and not by me. And I had to swap parts to get it.
Oh. Is that like a new thicker stem of sorts, kind of?
It is. It's what's used in the telescope for the collectible minifigures. So it's uniform width on the prongs, or even height, and I can see a lot of use for this. 66, yeah, Troy. It's cold here.
What's up, Jeff?
Oh, that's good. At least it got up to 65. We're supposed to see 60s on Sunday, so hopefully you're seeing warmer weather. Anyone else over 50 these days? Or anyone else getting snow right now? Yeah, it's in black. I didn't pick it up in black. I didn't pick up the CMF just for the part, but we drafted the botanical set, the bouquet last night, and so I managed to get some of those. I just wanted a few so I can start trying different building techniques, because I hope to get it in bulk next year. You said it's a little chilly, Troy. Yes, you didn't say cold. Yes, Denmark, agreed. That's where I first, I'm like, is that a new piece? And got very excited for it. And then it showed up in dark green in this set, so. And maybe it was already there and I didn't realize it, but I'm pretty happy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That is the base of the telescope on that CMF. You're right.
Oh, down to 56 now, Jeff. I'm so sorry. Yeah, we got 3 inches of snow on Wednesday and ice, but with the warm weather, it'll be gone by Sunday.
No, you're right. It's that base telescope. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, but
yeah, I anticipate a lot of use for trees. This is going to be a great piece, I think.
We got half a foot of snow on Wednesday. Yeah, figured as much. One of our drivers skipped lacrosse on Wednesday because he figured he was going to get stuck in the middle of that snowstorm. So
is that code for something? You skipped lacrosse, if you know what I mean.
So I had to do his route on Thursday. Let's see.
Let's
see here. We can do this.
Hello, alternate candidate. It was the bouquet set. So the one that comes with these big leaves in it, and it comes with the pink flowers and the axes and the shields. It's the same one that Jesse was looking at either last week or the week before, and was using all the shields.
Maybe this guy's legs.
Yeah, so it's been pretty nice, I assume, alternate candidate, depending on what your typical weather's like this time of year. I mean, 60 is gorgeous for us, but it's going to be, we're going to get snow again, snowstorm, all that. Not the hyacinth bucket. It was the bouquet. Which one was it? If I could spell bouquet, that would help, I suppose. Bouquet. The flower bouquet. I think.
Hey,
No, the pretty pink flower bouquet. Yeah, it's a $60 set, and some of the people in my lug found it for $20, so we drafted it. Wagner Jr. and I drafted it yesterday with a couple other people, so pretty fantastic set to draft. It's not spelled bucket, Jeff. Well, that's what I'm looking at, Denmark, because so you can use, I'm using the candles to try to extend it, multiple different things. But I was able to use this part to make some new trees that look really nice, in my opinion. I started off with regular 5x6 leaves, but it looks nice with the Friends leaves too. So I'm trying some other options, and that tree combination uses this piece in brown. So this with the elephant or the dinosaur tails works really, really well. And then it fits on the end of this piece, if I could show it correctly, so that you can come up at a nice bow that connects into the tree trunk, and then so it turns out really nicely.
There you go. I got father and son.
Oh, hey, Bark's here. Hey, Bark, how's it going?
Just have to find some short tan legs, I guess.
Reed,
Using-
don't hate me if you get a text message in a minute.
Using that thing. Using the small legs from the, what was it? The Druid, I guess, for now. I'll have to find some shorter other legs.
I am good.
And Mark, I think I found a few more pirates for you.
Arr.
Arr. So you get
Oh
one of
yeah, Bark.
pirates.
Did you see the Lego house set this year? Are you excited for it, or are you nonplussed? If that's even the right word.
What is the new set?
The Lego house set for this year. I'm guessing that he knows about it because it's more specific to him than most people. If it's the Bark I think it is. If it's the other Bark, he doesn't care at all. And at Denmark, I'm going to do a little work on that and try a couple of things out. I may have success today, which I'll show if I do, or maybe I'll show on a future stream. But I want to try those out and see if they work. Whenever these new parts come out, I want to get a couple, like this leaf. I plan to get in dark green and other greens whenever I can, but I want to get some copies in any color just to see how it'll work with stuff. Yeah, I kind of agree. Hello, Zissou. I kind of agree, Bark, but I am not a big fan of them brick building things that used to be specific pieces in Lego in the past. So I didn't like it when they did with the Bionicle. I feel like that's just kind of a complete waste of a set when they do things like that. So sadly. What is so funny, Rhett?
I don't know.
Wait.
Probably just wishes he had one of
What would you like to know, Mr. Wagner? All right. Look, just for the
What was that, Reed?
record,
Go ahead again.
He's flexing Star Wars.
Oh,
Star Wars.
A Chrome Trooper.
Yeah, that one or
Mr. Wagner.
that one or
This
this. Whoa! Oh no! He
Video
fell.
one quickly.
So this one here, he fell out of his packaging.
Oh, yeah.
He fell out of this packaging. I mean, the tape. I had to tape them because the glue on these things, since they're from like 2010, is already like worn off. The where they came off.
Yeah.
Because they come off. I have one that's all scratched up somewhere that I had pulled off that I used somewhere in my layout, and the helmet got all scratched. Oh, there you go, Kevin. I've touched him. He's gone down in value now.
Not really. I mean, if he's out of the package, he has. But...
Well, the glue is worn off, so it's technically been out of his package forever. No,
Right, Mr. Wagner.
no.
Now this is
Haley was,
finished.
Haley was stealing my ideas.
Now
I don't know
this
what you
is
guys are talking about. That's why I mentioned it. Stealing my ideas? How dare you?
Oh, sorry.
It doesn't matter who's stealing who ideas. We're all
There you go. There's another
share.
one. There's
Right.
another one for you.
Anyway,
Kevin.
Mr. Wagner, right. The reason
Ooh,
I'm
that's
laughing.
Well, I think I traded this one from Hinkle at one point because I opened one. There's one open somewhere. He's been in the layouts at one time or another. There's this guy.
Oh yeah, the ARF. That's a nice one too.
Yeah. This guy's been in space since 1978.
Is that a standard helmet or an old helmet?
I don't know. This is from 2010, so
I see.
uh,
Well, I mean, it's newer than when the helmets switched. I just
Yeah,
didn't know if they made an old version or if that was just a figure with a new helmet like they used to do.
and then Mike Kotzer brought these back from when he went to the UK.
Oh, nice.
So I got a couple of those. They aren't worth as much.
No, those aren't that difficult to get.
This guy you can't get anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah, but they have orange space figures out, so he's probably lost most of his value.
Yeah, it probably has.
So when the parade of polybags is done, Brett, then you can let me know.
Let him know, Brett. Whatever. It's done.
You done, Reed?
I'm done.
Right. For the last week, Mr. Wagner, Hoosier Bricks has been sending me pictures of horse bardings and asking me questions about Castle. Thursday night, he decided to start building the medieval blacksmith. Now, I said to him, now you're a real castle builder, Hoosier. So I've said to him, Reed saved you a spot on tonight's panel. I've been messaging him. And that's why I said to Reed, if you get a text, I'm sorry, Reed. Because I've said to Hoosier that now he's a castle fellow, he's got to come on with us. And he's like, does Reed want me on the panel? So I'm sitting there giggling while Reed's totally oblivious to the fact that I won't. Hoosier.
He was asking if I had any castle stuff to sell, which is kind of
Hence
weird.
why I'm laughing.
Because I don't really have much other than my Dark Velatix Fortress, which I wouldn't mind selling.
He's made
Your
it his
Dark
mission
Flatter
to
Fortress?
get
I've never heard of that one.
it
Dark
to anger
Velatix
me.
Fortress. I think
That's the only reason he wants it.
That, or I think I probably still have
If
those
we
creator
sell
one
anything,
egg
brother,
castles.
I'll
Don't we have a new
buy-
creator castle
sell it
coming
to
soon?
You can sell it to anyone else.
It's supposed to be.
Don't sell it to Hoosier. Anyone else. You sell it to anyone else, not Hoosier. He just wants it to flex on me. He's even told me so much. And you dare sell him that advent calendar, Reed. I tell you.
You're gonna be able to get it cheaper in Germany.
Yeah, Dark Flatter. I haven't heard of
Everybody says that, but I don't go to John.
that. Let's see. Zissou, you're looking for. You're looking for the figures, not the wolves, right? Yeah. That's a sad one because I would take a lot of those figures because I like the wolves, I like the helmets, I like the capes, I like the shields, but I have a feeling that I'm going to get less of those than I did the dragon paladins and a lot of the other soldiers. So, regrettably. But I think I would have been in a similar boat where I would be looking more for the figures, and I could max out the wolves, but I would be looking more for the figures. But I will get enough. I already have enough, so I don't need more. So if you guys are managed to do a swap, more power to you.
I haven't been able to find as many now. Starting to wane a little bit.
Yeah, you wonder if the hair's still there is the question. You only got 2 so far, Denmark?
I haven't found any.
Yeah.
None over here. And I've got quite a few of the new figs, as you saw with the telescope. But yeah, I didn't get no wolf pack. But to be fair, I don't scan. I just pick a box up and throw it in the trolley, while we're out shopping. So I'll just, roll the dice. If I get one, I get one.
Yeah.
I don't.
Don't you forget about the zoo. No.
My staff never gets. Yeah, see, I don't do that, Denmark. I let the kids pick one. When we go shopping, I'll say to the kids, pick one and let's see if it's lucky. And then when we get home, I open it. I don't use no apps, none of that. It takes fun out of it. It's called the blind bag
half
for a
of
reason.
my
You sit and scan it. It's not really fun, is it?
half of my wolf pack are from Bricklink. I paid pretty ridiculous prices for them, but I figured I was going to have a hard time finding them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think if I remember correctly, because I've been on eBay this week.
You don't. You remember incorrectly, Brad.
Five of them with the wolves is about £60.
Yeah, I bought mine for $12, which is probably
so someone over here is
10 euros, 11 euros. But I was monitoring them for a good month at least before I bought them, and I didn't anticipate they were going to go get much cheaper than that.
Oh, nice, Zizu. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that, but I have so many already. I really don't need more.
Yeah, I got a fair amount too. I think I have 30 or so of the Ranger. So, I mean, and
the thing is, if you're finding boxes open in the store, it's probably scalpers. It's probably not kids, which people often try to point to.
Somebody's just looking for certain ones, and they're just too lazy to do it another way, or they don't have the ability to do it the other way. Who knows what they're doing? But yeah.
Well, and I mean, these are hard to find. I mean, it's hard to find an unopened box of minifigures. Typically, you find one and it's missing 3, 4, 5 figures, and you assume, well, that's probably the wolf pack gone.
Yeah, I found some the other day, like last week. I think I found a box that hadn't been ravaged. I mean, I think I took 1 or 2 out, but yeah, I mean, they're not finding as many. I'm not traveling as much either, so I'm not hitting, like when I was selling, I was hitting a lot more Walmarts. Now, back delivering, I'm only hitting a couple, and so I haven't really seen
that's the difference. That makes sense.
And then, I mean, I did hit a store today, and one store I was at, they did have a bunch that looked like they had been torn open in one area, and then the other area they weren't. So, but yeah, they must have burned through all the displays, because it was cool when they had the display, at least on the end of the end caps and stuff. At least there you may have a chance of finding some more. But this is the one this is that castle that when Hoosier mentioned, I said this is the only one that I've kind of got that would be up for grabs. I mean, I think I have an old royal castle, but I don't think I'd want to sell that one. But this one I might not. This one I might not mind losing. So, but it's a pretty pricey set though too. It's gone up. I mean, it'd be between the 171 and 294 because the box is open, but the bags are sealed. I think I don't know why I opened it, but I opened it at one point. But it was something that was probably that was a trunk deal. I got 2 of them for I think it was $50 each back in the day. Somebody was selling them.
Well, I'll give you double your money right now for it.
You funny guy. You funny guy.
Yeah, I am not interested in the castle, but the shields that they had were phenomenal. The Jelly Bean Knight shields are awesome.
Oh, look who's here. Hoosier. What you building there, buddy?
Is that Hoosier Daddy? Who's your daddy? He looks like he's building.
So,
That's
buddy?
in reference to you, Reed, that would be said. Hello, Hoosier.
Oh, look at that.
Don't know.
This doesn't look like Castle at all.
I don't know where he gets Castle from.
So, Brett, you let us all on. This was all fabricated just to get Hoosier on the stream.
Yes.
Yeah, and none of that looks like
Me?
Castle.
Would I do a thing like that?
Nope.
Well, the lake kind of could be. There could be a castle in the middle of that pond, maybe there somewhere. But that's the moat. That's the moat.
I
Buddy,
think Reed's being
you shit my
updated.
bardens already then?
That's a little
I
thick.
thought you
That's a
took
little
them
thick.
down the living
Why don't you
room
know
with you.
how thickness that Mills is, dude? That's a little thick for me. I don't think I can handle it.
That's much better. That's more my style. I go with 3 bricks, base plate, and a plate. It's much stronger.
That's
How about by the time the top layer plate goes on it, it's 7 bricks.
And that's above. Is that above your road, or is that right at road level?
That's road level.
And then do you do water below that, or is there any portion of your build that? Yeah, okay. So then the water comes up to the road. Nice. That's great. That's the way to do it.
good
Maybe-
flood control there.
Do the same on that side.
Very good. There isn't enough profile to build normally.
Definitely don't. It doesn't look like you have to worry about too much about flooding in that area in that town. It looks like.
Yes, Denmark. It worked too well.
Yeah, Brett kept hollering, Castle guy, Castle guy. I sent him a picture. I was like, man, nothing looks like Castle here. You don't have one of those?
Yeah,
That could be a drawbridge.
yeah, could be.
Hoosier, can you turn your phone for us, buddy, please? We're getting the funny view, you know?
My phone's locked. It won't turn. I can't change it during stream.
Okay.
Oh, I guess it will turn. Yeah.
Cool. I was just trying to get a
See,
better view.
Hoosier is just
My bad.
lying constantly
Yeah,
today. Either it's Hoosier, or it's Brett, or it's both.
They both try and trick us.
What's the footprint of that, Hoosier?
What's on the table now?
Yeah.
6 base plates by 18.
By 18?
Yeah.
What's
No.
the full? Is there a full build out planned, or is this the extent?
That's probably the extension. I'll attach it to the rest of my city.
Nice. So I imagine this is really portable then.
Comes part here.
And is it in 3x3 sections then?
Most of it's 2 by 2.
Yeah, that's what I typically do for mine is 2x2.
That one started here.
Nice. Wow. Yeah, I do 2x2 base plates. Mine aren't as tall as yours, but then I'll add elevation on top of it as well. But very well, very good. And that's a lot more mobile. You can move it a lot easier. That's what I've found, at least.
So this section here it's going to be a big mountain. 2 tunnels running through it.
Is that where the castle's going?
Yeah. Little bitty one about
I knew that was
about
coming.
that big for Brett.
I knew that was coming.
He'll put it up near the peak so it's got forced perspective. I mean, all it'll have to be is like a 2x2 brick with a couple plates on it. Round plates.
Zissy wants to know if Erica let you build part of the layout, Hoosier.
Yeah, she let me this time.
How big is your total city then? How many base plates by what?
God, Reed, you're going to make me do math?
Well, yeah, I thought you were just coming on for castle stuff. If you can do city stuff, you got to do math.
That adds up.
They didn't have math back in the medieval times. At least
They did too.
They didn't count as high as they do now.
What's 24 times 15?
That would be
210.
300.
Oh no.
No, 24 times 15 is 307. No, 360.
Yep, 360.
I think
210. Yes, the Incas measured by ropes and knots. Correct. Actually, the Incas used ropes and knots for money, I believe, and payment. But
I think the old layout is 11 of my tables, and this is going to be 4 more tables.
jeez,
Each table holds 24 base plates.
that is fantastic.
I'm gonna stick to my smaller layout then. I don't even. I have
That
not.
was a determining factor. It was all based on that number.
That's just what I have now. So
Did you get any new bardings today, Hoosier?
yeah, one right up your alley.
Now I don't believe any of this. We haven't been talking about barding. It's gonna be a car or a semi.
It's a whole box of green plates.
What did I tell you?
That's for his Bailey Hill.
Are you happy, Brett? I showed you I wasn't doing castle. Now I need to get back to cleaning up.
Oh, I guess we'll let you clean up.
Well, thanks for joining us briefly and showing us your mega creation.
Don't need to see it.
Say that one more time,
He's
Brett.
not a castle guy, really. I said, Reed, don't show Hoosier that Vladek's castle. He doesn't need to see it 'cause he's not
Hey,
really a
Brett,
castle guy.
that's as close as I'll ever get to a castle.
You guys are building a medieval market or something. What are you guys building?
The medieval.
I believe that's
Blacksmith
called
shop.
BS, Reed.
No, you were building something. What were you guys working on last night on stream?
The medieval blacksmith shop. I picked it up for $100, so I'm building
The
it.
blacksmith.
Yeah, again.
So
I
you
don't-
build one building and he thinks you're in a castle. Okay, well now we know how Brett thinks now. Okay.
He's
Oh,
gonna be
that's all.
Ask him about the bardings, Reed. Ask him which ones he's got.
he's gonna be
He's buying his old
disappointed.
knights. He reckons he's getting
Ask him about onesies.
He's gonna be disappointed when I get done with the blacksmith shop and I tear it apart for all the good parts in it.
It does have good parts.
It's a better set, though.
There's no such thing as dirt barding, Panda.
See? You got takers for the blacksmith. If you're not into castle, Hoosier, you don't need the blacksmith.
Yeah, I should make one of the buildings in a castle layout. Hoosier's horse dresses will be one of the shops.
You're
It's
right,
a great
Brett.
idea.
I don't need the blacksmith. That's why I'm going to tear it apart and take the parts out of it.
So what about the bardings and my jester then?
Those
Your
were just bought. Those were just
Not
bought to
castle
make
guy.
you mad.
There you go. Who's just do a medieval times building that fit right in your city, right in the middle. Somebody did not sell out to technology and he still has something really old fashioned in the middle of your city. Just for Brett.
What he needs
Dirt
is that one lone
doesn't
wizard
have
traveling through.
barding,
Saying, wizard's never late. He's perfectly just on time.
Who is that? Who are you calling Gandalf this time, or a wizard? You said the same thing about someone else last week.
I'm gonna make a show tomorrow too, but all I can take is the disco and maybe the clover. Because now everything fits into one section now with that new plan. So
Reed, you should be telling Hoosier. Reed, tell Hoosier to leave the sparkles on your doorway alone, because we know that Hoosier has a tendency with sparkles. Come on.
yeah, he might want the sparkles on that portal. Yeah, he might want those.
Love you.
Keep it up, Brett. Keep it up.
I mean, we can always promote him. Here we go. Here we go, Hoosier. I got a nice big bag.
What are you buying next, Hoosier?
What am I buying next? Base plate. I just realized I'm out of base plates.
Not the gold knife. Don't buy the gold knife. Don't be wicked.
Wow.
Don't be wicked, man.
They just released a picture of the new bag end.
I probably need to send Hoosier some really good plates to put somewhere in his city.
Wow.
Talk about self-promotion, Reed.
Hey, I got him in my stuff.
You could build a semi-trailer. Not a
Oh,
bad
wait,
idea.
hold on. What's that? Oh, is that the new one?
Semi-trailer. Oh,
I better sell my old one then. When's that due out?
I don't know. This is at Meet the Designer on lego.gp.com/. If you search for Lego Meet the Designer, it'll hopefully show up.
I got my old one I came across. Oh, look at that. Oh, we're showing trophies. There's a trophy.
Years from. Oh no, that is Hoosier. Never mind.
Oh,
That's what I got for beating Brett in a speed build.
Oh, that's a nice. Ooh, that's a nice. Wow, that's a nice fence design, and that's a really cool mailbox. Interesting.
I've got my original somewhere. I actually was thinking I was missing parts, but then I found another bag. Got all the figures except for one of the capes. The cape on one of the dwarfs is messed up because back in the day we used some kind of a putty, like a jelly putty for like putting the figures down and stuff. And I think he must have got on the cape somehow. So the one cape is kind of got a spot on it for that contaminated.
There are probably half a dozen hobbits at least in this set. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 hobbits.
Brickworld wants to know where you're seeing that.
Lego.com/en-gb. It's an event to meet the designer.
All right, guys, I'm going to bail. I'm going to finish cleaning up.
Well, thanks for joining us, despite the fact that you're not building castle.
Yeah, Brett likes to lie.
You joined on false pretenses, but it was still nice to see.
yeah, buddy.
Y'all have a good one.
Night, Hoosier. We got castle.
Now you know if Brett's laughing, there's generally a reason why. Well, Reed's castle. All you need is a panel wall on the outside, Reed, and that would be banging.
Actually, no. I forgot to show that. Here we go. So here we'll do this. We actually on this. I don't think I can't make any bigger. Yep. Actually, I'll do this differently. Here, hold on. Where's that photo at? I had a photo up. So we'll do this. We'll show it this way here. So this, and then we go scroll all the way down. And it's going to be so hard to see, but this is one of those purple panels with Friday bricks built into the side of one of the houses. So, and there's one on the there's one in the keep, and then there's a white one right there. Can you make out the logo?
Yeah, I can see the logo. All these Easter eggs, Reed. All these Easter eggs you put in the builds.
Oh, I put all kinds of stuff. I got Deadpool in there somewhere too. I think he's up cooking or something. Oh, I guess there's a tent piece in the back. Interesting. Yeah. I'll go hunt that down there and look and see. I guess we're playing D&D tonight too again. Frontero was saved. I don't know. So what do you think of this, Kevin? What did you think of my the new? Does this look a little bit better? This new portal.
It does. I like it a lot.
So
I like it a lot.
Kind of how it's built. So it's kind of since it's basically 4 wide. I've got kind of different angles.
Oh, you're in a 4 wide. Look high roller there.
Well, kind of needed for the hinges and stuff, but yeah. So. It was that, or I had them just straight up and down behind one of them, but this was the one that was kind of coolest to build, anyways. And they're just kind of the back. They're like this, so I mean, I guess either way you look at, kind of cool. It's just gonna be harder to squeeze guys into it or through it, I guess. Take them apart, I guess. Were there images of the interior, Kevin, on whatever when you were looking at it, or not?
Nope.
No interior.
I started collecting green a long time ago to build something like you showed, Mr. Wagner, and I'm nowhere near ready. Nowhere near.
The picture I just showed?
Yeah. What you got to remember is I don't bricklink. I only buy what I can find visually in front of me and on eBay. And yeah, I don't buy bulk Lego from eBay. Yeah, but I'm not that kind of builder. I like to go out and find the gems, yard sales and things like that. I'm more for the hunt. So I got some mini vintage road plates and raised base plates because I go out looking for the stuff that other people can't find. It's a blessing and a curse.
Mostly a curse.
Well, to be fair, I've got little man as well. He keeps me poor. He wants the Orient Express this year. So I've got to buy that for him. We have an arrangement. He does well at school, and I buy him what he wants. Good arrangement.
Yeah, and the image is on Lego.com, so I don't think there's an issue with sharing it, but yeah, I just want
what,
figures.
Zizu? You make a good point.
What was that?
You make a good point, yeah? In the chat, Zizu's put Brett likes not having access to parts, right? If Lego stopped making Lego today, Could all three of us honestly say we've got enough? I know the guy that's hosting the stream's got enough for probably half the country, but could you say you've got enough, Mr. Wagner, with what you've got now for that to be your forever Lego?
I always need more Lego.
There you go. See,
I think about
could
there's
be
left
happy with what I've got.
I mean, I
could be
could
happy with what
be
I've got.
happy with what I've got, but I don't know that I want to drop the link in chat.
You said it was at Lego.com, huh?
Yeah, but when I try to search for it, it's not showing up.
Yeah, I'm not seeing.
I agree, Zizou. But since I cut down, I'm only really.
So you
two
must not be a
things now.
mesothelioma? No, I don't know what the word is, but mesothemia, something like that.
No. For me, it's trains and castles. So I've got plenty of castle, and he's got plenty of trains. So do we need more? Not really. It could be enough, but like you say, the choice to have more is always there.
Yeah, for colors, I feel like the only thing that's lacking is there isn't a great yellow right now. I like cool light yellow, but regular yellow is kind of boring. We need a golden yellow that's not orange. And then from the brown perspective, dark brown's nice, but we're really missing brick and dark brown. I saw some build last week or two that had a ton of dark brown for the second layer of a medieval house. And it looked fantastic, but there's just hardly any dark brown brick out there. I would say those are the two things that I know of that I'd like to see more color in. But other than that, I think color is pretty decent. From a castle perspective, it's always nice to get new shields and new pageantry and stuff, but we'd probably be fine without anything new. Yes, sorry. You don't have the asbestos disease. Good. And then, from a Star Wars perspective, now that we've got Nien Nunb, I'm trying to think what else we're missing. We have most of the major alien races now. I don't know that there's a lot left that we haven't gotten. I mean, there are a couple of prequel Jedi that we haven't really gotten in a non-Wars fashion without the big eyes. But with Jabba's Palace last year in the Quarren, and with the Mos Eisley Cantina, there are a couple of things that, yeah, I know, the reddish-brown brittleness would be nice to fix. And that will be an ongoing problem, is replacing those parts as they break in my collection. But from a Star Wars perspective, I guess a brick built or a molded bantha would be awesome, but it probably wouldn't make a lot of sense. I mean, there's not a lot left in Star Wars that we haven't gotten in sets already. I'm typically focusing on new Rebel and Imperial troops as they come out, but we have most of the base stuff.
Yeah.
And the newer parts they've been coming out with have been really useful for trees and plants. There are some things that they don't make in light bluish gray or dark bluish gray that is limiting that I like to see from parts that are already out there. But you're probably right, Brett. We probably have most of what we would need. They've put out most of the tree colors I could want in 5x6 leaves. I don't know. Hello, Mayo.
Reed, you haven't lured out the
That would be
Hinkle
cool.
tonight.
Huh?
There are plenty of Galactic Senate members that they haven't made yet. It'd be nice to get a few more Wookiees.
I said you haven't lured out the Hinkle.
No, and I'm probably heading off to D&D here pretty soon. So, Kevin, did you join on your own accord? Did you want to keep it going tonight, or do you want me to end it?
Probably keep it going for a little bit.
Okay.
Good luck storming the castle.
Oh. Yeah, hopefully I won't.
I'm assuming the chat will respond. It would take a miracle.
Yeah, I'll have to try out some new stuff tonight. Okay.
Look, Reed, every fibre of my fabric is telling me not to do this, but look, should I give you this for tonight to give you a one-up?
Oh, is that a potion?
Does he need a
Is
magic
that one of the new
potion?
ones?
Yes, of course.
One of the new Harry Potter ones? Those are really nice. So you can multitask then, Bart?
I don't know if he can be trusted.
As long as you
he can
don't
be
cross
trusted,
the
Mr.
screen,
Wagner.
Bart.
Last time he blew a hole in his castle, you know.
Yep, exactly. We're on the same wavelength there. Thank you, Denmark. Someone. Sorry, I'm trying to fully chew with my mouth closed, but I keep forgetting when I take a bite of the chip.
I hope they actually do storm the castle tonight.
I could try to give away all of Reed's stuff,
Okay,
but
Kevin.
ACOB and Copper Valley. It's easier to swallow. I haven't watched The Princess Bride in too long. Yes, I like loud chips, and I cannot lie. Those other brands just can't compare.
I like Vintage Castle, and I cannot lie. It'll be the death of my wallet.
Take what? What? An hour. Yeah, an hour. No swing for what now? Yeah, I gotta watch that show again. Or that movie, I should say. Who missing lately that we used to have?
Yes, man.
This help me out. Who was always playing Star Wars in addition to us? I know Mr. Hinkle likes Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Denver likes Star Wars.
No one likes Star
Thanks,
Wars.
Brett. I know you don't like Star
Wars. Facts are facts.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
It's good for parts. You can't deny that. I just can't believe we had a sacrilege tonight. Who's just saying that he's building a blacksmith just to take it apart? That is sacrilege.
Yeah.
That's such a good set. If he was
it is a good set, but I wouldn't use it with my
blacksmith
build.
on the mountain? You know?
I feel very bad that I can't think of who I'm trying to think of.
MJ's asking if you made
Yeah, I
any new
haven't
peasants.
made a lot of new. I've got a couple things I've been working on that I can bring up.
Yeah. Johnny G does like Star Wars. Yeah. Mr. Wagner's gone hunting for the peasants. He should be back shortly. He's just going outside to pull him in off the street. Come here, peasant. Come here.
Yeah, Johnny G, but that's not it. I feel like I said, I feel like
I like the way you
tool,
say
not
you ain't
person.
got many and you bring in a whole base plate.
This is just one faction that I'm working on. I can show one faction per show, per stream.
Okay.
Let's see. So they're all of the traditional factions in Castle, and I will typically try to look and see what key figures or what shields or factions that aren't represented that I want to include. And for this case, the figure that I built this around is the Lakeman from Lord of the Rings. I'm actually gonna spotlight myself, I think.
Yeah.
There we go. So the Lakeman from The Hobbit. So I have the dark purple and the dark red, and then I also use black with it as well. So I've converted these into dark pearl gray, purple, dark red. I'm going to try to show this without having too much glare. So that's the standard soldiers, footmen. I've used the Shredder torso with the new one of the Ninjago helmets, I think from last year, in dark pearl gray or pearl dark gray, and then the purple and black double-sided capes from one of the Monkey Kid figures from last year. Yeah, the Lakemen have great parts, and I have like 20 of them. So I've been trying to look for a way to use them for the longest time. And then this is the main knight, using some of the Ninjago legs, and then the sticker from one of the elf sets in dark purple. And then I'm going to be using the tiefling, but not as a tiefling. I'm going to have these as Drake riders, so not dragons, but drakes. But I haven't figured exactly how to use that. And then trying to think of the last. Typically, for each of these, I'll have 4, 5, 6 different figures that I'll have. So I still haven't quite finished off. And then my thought is to use the tax collector as the common peasant or commoner. So
nice.
This is
I like that torso. That's
what I'm sitting at right now. So I've pretty well got it set. I just need to finish off a couple of things. I didn't realize these pearl dark gray helmets were so hard to come by. They only came out in Kingdoms, and they're pretty pricey now. So I got to figure out, am I actually going to replace these, or am I going to switch out another faction from pearl dark gray? So, but I've made some progress on this in the last couple of weeks, and it's looking pretty nice. So there are a number of figures that use dark blue and dark purple, a lot of Ninjago figures. And so I was thinking I would try to use that, but I've actually split it into a dark blue faction and a dark purple faction. So almost done with that. And then I'll probably use the rock figures from Nexo Knights as things that are summoned to do the will of one of these. So they'll probably be a summoner or an elementalist or something. That might be what this Ninjago torso gets used for. But, yep, that's one of the factions I've got. I've got Wolfpack somewhat figured out, but I've still got some progress to make to get that done. And then I've also been trying to work on my Forestmen / Robin Hood / Merry Men. That's got some work to do yet. Because that, for them, I don't really want them to be as uniform as this faction is. But there's only so many things you could do and have a lot of variety, so I'm still kind of working through that. But like I said, and you said, Brett, this figure is fantastic, and I had to use it somewhere. I managed to snag a ton of polybags when it was out, and so I picked those up and looking to use those. Yeah, I've got some friends that are really excited for the Micro Command Center as well, but I will probably skip that. Thanks, Sisu.
Yeah, I did all right on the D&D figures. It's just these new ones that I can't bloody get. I got most of the D&D.
The new what?
And again, I've got enough layout to separate up. I got most of the D&D, but like I said, I haven't been able to get the Wolfpack. But I'm not overly fussed on getting it anyway. If I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. It's by the by. I've got a Wolfpack. He came with the castle set that I built not so long ago. The one with the base plate, Dragon Fortress, whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
he came
the
with
Wolfpack,
that, so I've got one.
Figure.
And he's got that red cape on.
This one, MJB? Yeah, so that's the Nexo Knights figure. And then my thought is to have something like this for the summoner for it.
I made one too.
That's not what I had, Brett.
No, that's something I made.
Nice.
Custom. Yeah. I bought, while we was in the train phase, I went down my part shop one day and I said, have you got any witches hats? And with that, she handed me a little sealy bag full of wizard and witchy hats. So I said, I'll take the whole bag, thank you. She was like, oh, okay. I'll just buy them all. I don't care what's in there. And I did, I bought a lot. So yeah, I made a few wizards and yeah, custom-y castle figs. It's fun to have a go yourself. Like you say, when you got all the parts, you know, a villager can be anything. But
yeah. Well, and
I will say
it's
this
fine
with the castle addiction, for me especially, I like the triangle leg bottom, you know. I like the figures that come with the solid bases rather than the legs.
The figures that come with what?
I don't know why, but I do.
But you were saying the figures that come with
bases.
Oh, okay. Yep.
You know, I prefer them over the ones with legs because a lot of the vintage figures with legs, them legs have got no stick in them anymore. Do you know what I mean? You put a figure up and he falls down. They've lost all clutchability because they're so vintage, you know. So for me, that's why I like the solid base legs because that way then you just erase that. But yeah, I seem to like my collector. I got
so I got
a few. So
I got these figures in a buy a number of years ago. And so obviously the forest one I think is worth quite a bit. But for these figures and these parts, I pretty much don't use any of them these days. So they've been sitting in this bag for I don't know how long. but I don't use the classic figures much at all. I pretty much have
vintage gold.
placed or swapped out parts. What was that, Brett?
I said, look at that vintage gold.
Yeah.
I got a few. Yeah, let's pluck a couple with different torsos. You can tell me what they are, Mr. Wagner, because I have no clue. All right.
Sure.
But yeah. I'm not going to pull the big box out with all the other figures in it, but
what do you got?
I got a few. I've been watching.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know if you, do you know someone called Vintage Legos, Mr. Wagner?
Yes, I'm very familiar with that. That was the armor I used for the longest time for my knights before they started putting new stuff out. That's Ninjago. That's Kai, I think, from one of the old Ninjago. Some of the first lines of Ninjago. What are the legs on that one?
The legs, there's a swoosh on one side, and it. Let me move my light. Yeah. Can you see?
Huh, that one I'm not sure on. Is that ripped or is that just pattern or pockets?
There's a swoosh and it looks like a torch. If you're asking
so
me,
it's probably a pocket on one side and a flashlight on the other.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, and if it's city, I don't know it. I don't know my city figures nearly as well as my other or as Star Wars or Castle. So yeah, that one I don't know. I don't recognize that one. The legs. That's the. I have a ton of that torso. I love that torso. That's from Kingdoms. I think around 2010ish.
Let me go back to a bit. I think
that's from the. That would have been the Black Knights. I think those were in the Black Monarch's castle. They had those in red and in blue. The old scale mail. That's a fireman. Come on. Classic fireman.
Look, you've got to have a red herring in there.
Yep. That would be from, I don't know if that's Knight's Kingdom or if that's the Jelly Bean, or if that's Jelly Bean or if that's Kingdoms. But those legs go with that torso, and I think it was like almost like a French mustache for the figure that came with. And I think he came with the very wide-brimmed castle helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, King Leo era. That's right. Thank you, MJB.
Yeah. There we go. There we go. Look, we got figure time. See? I don't know if you saw Mr. Wagner. Somebody put you should still read streams more often and maybe invite him on.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah, that's the same torso as before. I got that one on Lugbook. I've got like 50 of that torso. I swap out the arms a lot and use that quite a bit. Yep, that's from the Black Monarch's castle as well, I believe. That's the one you showed before the King Leo era, like MJ Bay said. Yep. The green. What are the legs on that one?
Here we go.
Oh yeah, that's your classic. That's Black Knight's Castle era as well. The Bull Knights use either the torso with the bull on it or the. I know exactly which 3 torsos the Bull Knights came with because I like those a lot. That's Samurai. That's from the Samurai sets or one of the Samurai. It's one of the outlaws in the Samurai set. What is that? That looks like a town figure. If you can hold it still, that's what I'm. Is that a camera that he has?
No, that's a pouch.
Thanks, Bark.
That's a pouch with a criminal. Yeah, it's got a criminal doohickey.
I don't recognize that one.
What's his name? The white guy. He's a criminal.
Is he a smooth criminal?
Definitely. I don't know about that, Mr. Wagner. That is not something I can answer. I've got two more.
Yeah, Bart, your sarcasm doesn't
That's me
come
done.
through clearly on post. So, oh, you were good. I'm glad you're enjoying this, Bart. Again, that's that same torso. What's the helmet on that? That's just yeah, that's a Kingdom's helmet, isn't it? That didn't show up until almost the end of the castle.
Yeah, I seem to have quite a few of them. Without pulling everything else out, that was just.
That's a faded Black Monarch's torso.
I mean, I can. Oh no, I can't because I've stuck them all down. Dang it! I have got. Look, they're going to start dropping their shields.
Oh, that's a King Leo torso, I believe. I don't have many of those. Of course, I wasn't a big fan of King Leo. What's the armor on that? That's from the Jellybean Knights, I think. The armor is, but I'm not positive on. Oh no, it's got a crown on it. Never mind. Maybe it's Jellybean, but that's a King Leo or a Crownie. I think it's a Crownie. 2013 Lion Knight. Yeah, that would make sense. So I didn't collect Castle during Knight's Kingdom or the Crownies really, and then got back into it more hardcore. That is from King Leo as well, I believe.
Yeah. Oh,
sorry, that's a Crownie.
I've got a few.
Again, that's the area that I'm a little fuzzy on. That's Black Monarch's castle, but that I doubt that face came with the figure that came in the set. I think those were Smileys back then.
That's the Crownie. No. Another one.
Yep, that's a straight up crown that might have moved into Kingdoms. I'm not sure.
I've got quite a little army of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I looked at using the crowns as kind of like a royal faction for a while, but the going from the lions to the Kingdom's lions to the Leos with the heads to the actual Leo, it's the red and yellow and blue versus the blue and white. Oh, that's an orc, a troll from the fantasy line. Who was it that was asking to see trolls and orcs? Was that Yuzisu? Yep, also another troll. That's the troll. That's the higher up.
You want the big troll? You want the big one?
Well, there's also the witch too, and there's the king.
Yeah.
Yep. There we go.
I've got the witch. If you're on about Regina the witch, I've got her. They're the trolls with the imprint on the head. I don't know if you can see it very well on the camera, but it is there.
Yep.
Yeah. And yeah, I've got both of them.
It is Zisu. Yeah, in the future, yeah, I knew there were two colors on those. In the future, Zisu, I'll show my trolls / orcs, because after what was it, a month and a half ago, you were talking about that. I actually went through and went through my trolls and got them in a little semblance of order, and I've been working on them a little bit. That's from the Dragon Masters. Yeah, I've had a hard time incorporating dinos into them. I know I could do it, but oh yeah, Will of the Witch. That's right, Mail. Forgot about that. Which set is that? I don't remember that set. I remember the lion pieces, and I know that stained glass window piece, but I don't know what set that's from, or if that was in a set. Is it a Knight's Kingdom 1 set? Yeah. I never bought Knight's Kingdom 1 or Knight's Kingdom. Oh, maybe I got Knight's Kingdom 2. I never got the Jellybean sets, but I did get some stuff a little later. Oh, yeah. Yep. I love the Bull Knights. The Bull Knights were awesome. But again, it came with that stupid lion face shield, which I have no interest in. So that's Knight's Kingdom 1. Knight's Kingdom 2 was the Jellybeans. Those put out some phenomenal shields. And those are the shields I use for most of my elves.
I've got a couple of Scorpion Knights.
Oh, nice. Knight's Kingdom 2. Yeah, I've got a Scorpion faction as well. I'll have to show at some point.
I need to get me some more ghosts. I ain't got enough ghosts.
I got plenty.
They're the next thing on my list.
That's a samurai.
Right. Let's spice it up then, Mr. Wagner. Mr. Wagner, hang on. 1, 2,
Some
3.
skeletons,
Let me move the dragon. I know what the 4. One more.
Skeletons and ghosts. This is definitely not all my ghosts. No, not me.
A couple there.
Hello, Grumpy J. I don't know what I know.
Chocolate,
J
right?
Yeah, that's Dragon Masters. I was sad when they switched to that torso and the half dragon and the half the other one. Yeah, that's fantastic. But it's Dragon Masters instead of Black Monarch.
Yeah, and then
yep, Dragon Masters as well. That split torso.
I know what they're saying in the chat. This minifig quiz is great. Look.
Oh, then you get into fantasy. That's fantasy era, the Green Dragons. See, Dragon Masters had better feel,
Mr. Wagner, look.
but I didn't like the torsos on them. Oh, how many of those do you have?
2.
2. I want the torsos on those.
Why, do you need one?
I want the
I'll
torso.
send you one, Mr. Wagner, if you need one.
I don't need it. I already have 3 or 4. I just want more of the torsos. And those things are ridiculously expensive. Yeah, I'm bad on my CMF series. I don't know.
I don't care about the price.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, Kingdom's not fantasy. Kingdom.
No, I mean, that's pretty
what I
much
meant. No, Mayo's not correct. Dragon Masters are not better than Black Knights.
Yeah, I'm going to do it now. Hang on.
See, DMFs allow me to build fast. That's right. Are you leaving Denmark?
Right. Crash Bang.
Better not be.
Original Lion Knights.
King's Castle.
More of the
Kingdom.
fantasy. Hang on, let me put the lid back on this. Because yeah, I've just unearthed my castle box and it's rather
good.
Large. And still not empty. Crash bang, crash bang, crash bang. Right. That was right. Back to it with some more figures. Feel free to step in at any point, Mr. Wagner. I'm sure you've got a lot better figures than I have. Yeah. What was you saying about the balls?
Sorry. What do you have up there, Brett? I stepped away for a minute.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Bull Knights. Knight's Kingdom, right?
They're Black Falcons. We all know what they are. There's the other moon.
Yours mine was phenomenal.
Dementor from Harry Potter.
Wrong.
Just one.
Wrong. theme. Come on, Brett. So the Falcon or the Raven Knight from the CMF.
Yeah.
Yep, Bull Knight. That's one of the 3 torsos the Bull Knights came with. So the Raven Knight from the CMF allowed me to create this faction. So with the bright light orange, the dark red, and the pearl dark gray. So, but I'll go through those in more depth on a different stream. But each of those new CMF factions lets me come up with entirely new factions, which I love. Sorry, Brett. You're back. And I still have a little work
Hang
to do.
on, buddy. I'm looking for someone's leg.
Raven.
Yeah. What I was showing. I know you'll curse me because the barding isn't real, but they look pretty
No,
good.
they never made barding for the Raven, so I don't see an issue with using that. So
Yeah, no, I just thought it looked cool when it came with the figure and the Raven. So
yep.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's
I've
cool.
been tempted by some of the
I'm going to
capes
put
that are
my
out there
bag here.
too.
There you go. Look, you say about these Bull Knights. Look, tons of them.
Yep, that was the second torso, and then the third
That's what they're
one
all
was
being
that.
hoarded.
Was the third one scale mail? I think. Yeah, there you go. Yep, with the green neck thing.
And the brown.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a chance to buy some of the Wolfpack Bull Knight torsos for like $3 back in the 2000 teens, and I never did. I have, I think, one shiny Bull Knight. I think that's about it. And I didn't plan to use that with my Bull Knight faction. So I haven't fleshed out the Bull Knight faction. I'm just still sitting on my collection of those 3 minifigures, of the variants on those 3 minifigures that I have right now. Yep, that's the head that came with in the first. Well, at least one of those figures came with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that, and then the quarter dragon torso came in the chess set, and I think I got 3 sets of those. That was a fantastic way to get the Kingdom's lions and green dragons.
Trying to find you the more interesting to look at.
Yep, Crusaders.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mayo. I assume I forgot they were called the Crusaders. I put together a little timeline of the different factions and where they appeared, but it's probably 10 years out of date now. So
A couple of the double-faced Dragon Knights.
oh yeah, and that's a series where those castles weren't very good, but they had the nice booster pack that had 4 figures in it. But then I never bought the shields, and now the shields are ridiculously expensive. So I think that's probably the 3rd or 4th dragon faction, so I don't really care that much that I don't have them, but
Yeah, this is the coup de grace of them. There she is.
I don't recognize that cape. I know I've seen it before, but I didn't realize it came on that figure. What is she from? Is she from the skeleton sets?
She came with them other Dragon Knights I showed you. Reed, when I first joined the community, Kevin Wagner, Reed put 2 packs of figures into one of Hoosier's auctions. And one of the packs of figures was the Dragon Knights, and the other one was, I think they were just normal Castle Knights, if I remember correctly. And yeah, basically I sat and I fought with bird bricks and I won. And that witch was in the, what's his name, pack? When I when I won, it was in the Dragon Knight pack. So I don't know at what point it came with the Dragon Knight, but yeah, she did because she was in that pack. And Buckshot said that she's rare.
Interesting.
So I look for the interesting stuff. It's all hiding from me. And don't pull me out, Brett. Don't pull me out. More them chainmail torsos.
Oh yeah, that's Kingdoms as well. That's a nice one.
Shield.
That was the old. That was in the Yellow Castle, I believe, and
tons
then
of
they
stuff
remade it
too
in,
much, really.
Queen's Castle or King's Castle, or whatever it's called.
Shield.
Yep,
I've got
that's
so many weapons.
Fantasy Era, I believe, the end of Fantasy Era.
Yeah, there's just too much.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff out there
torsos.
on the castle side of things that really shot up during COVID. I think a lot of people started buying up parts and things, and a lot of those prices went up significantly. Was that a brown or a dark red shield?
That was brown.
Brown. Yep. One of the best shields of all. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I got a few of them. Yeah, no, I got quite a few. Yeah, no, that's the brown.
What was the question then, Mark? DMF or shield?
Tons of them. I got enough shield to probably fill one of Reed's armies.
Oh, yep. Kingdoms. Yeah, it was nice when they released both the standard triangular shield and the oval shields for factions, because then you could use them together. Yeah, that's the one I don't bother.
I do like that they went for the variation.
What was that?
With the shields, the fact that they've got more than one.
Yeah, the DMF Orc shield looked a lot more simplistic than the Troll shield did, so I wasn't a big fan of it. And they look like garbage compared to the Lord of the Rings Orc shields. Yep, the old Bull Knights. Kingdoms.
I know I'm not going to find one to beat you because I don't own one that good. But I'm trying to find new interesting ones.
There are some that I like. I didn't know that spider lady, and there are definitely some that I don't. I'm a little not as knowledgeable on.
The yellow and the blue.
Two Crusader colors. Yep. Yeah, I'm kind of torn on the orc jaw piece because I think the Uruk-hai and the orcs from Lord of the Rings look far superior to the big jawed orc, but I think I'm still incorporating it into my orc armies. So. But yeah, the shield was kind of garbage. Yep, that'd be Dragon Masters. That's the Dragon Master. But the thing is, they made that, but then they never made a triangular shield in the yellow, green, and red colors, which was disappointing.
Right?
Because then you could have had two battling dragon siblings or something.
Ones. I think that's it for me, Mr. Wagner, for show and tell.
Okay. Well, thank you. I enjoyed that. Hopefully,
some of you took some time, didn't it?
I sure hope so, but I don't know that we will.
It's all about.
I don't know that they'll ever, unless they have some Lord of the Rings releases of TV show or something that's aimed more at kids. I don't anticipate we'll get another line of Lord of the Rings. I wish we would. I could use a couple more elves and a couple other things. For the Barad-dûr was a little disappointing. I mean, there are some decent orcs that came out with it, and a couple of nice helmets that I like. But other than Sauron, there wasn't anything that was really that fantastic. So I just wish we would have got some of the armored elves, third series of Lord of the Rings, which I thought we were supposed to get, and then the series got cut short. So, yeah, that would be awesome.
I think we could be proud. Kevin
Best
Wagner,
you
don't
can
you?
get
We
would
showed
be,
some really good
what was
casting
that?
stuff tonight while he was off doing India.
Yes, and then
I said Reed should be proud.
Hoosier
of us.
came
We
in
showed
with
off
his
some
castle
good
layout. It was awesome. Yeah, what I would love to see is I would love to see the Mirkwood elves in a Lego set. That'll never happen, but that would be awesome. Yeah, Harry Potter, we tend to get some nice things in there on occasion.
I agree. It would be awesome, Mr. Wagner. But
yeah.
I like the one thing I really like about Lego is when they finish something, it's like the monorail. Yeah, they're never ever going to reproduce the monorail because the people that own it would get the right on with Lego, wouldn't they? Because it's an investment piece now. This is why I go for the vintage Lego rather than the new stuff. To me, the new stuff is all cool. If you ask my opinion, yeah, if I had a money tree, I'd buy all the latest castle sets and then tear them all down for parts. Because that's what I think they're good for. With the vintage castle, when I buy a set that I think is a good set, just like I did with the blacksmith, I put it in the layout as the set's meant to be. If a set, is good enough, it makes it as it is. If it's not, I take it apart. And it's added to the collection. It's not wasted. It's never wasted. Nothing's wasted in my collection. I've got endless parts, so on and so forth. But this is why I like the older stuff, because you can buy an old set, put it in a layout with totally new stuff, and it can fit right in like it was meant to be there. I've got the Hocus Pocus house. That's new. I've got one. I can't think which one it is. One of the elves. Something Black Fortress. I've got that one. The one that's got the black squiggly thing sticking out. I can't think which one it is, Mr. Wagner. But like you say, the fact that they're not going to make any more of the elves makes me proud to have the elves castle in my layout. Because like you say, not everybody can get it. So if they were to reproduce, I would want them to reproduce something new, not something we've already had like they do with Star Wars. I'm not saying don't reproduce stuff, but if you're going to reproduce it, at least make it a little bit different, add some extra figures. Do you know what I mean? When you're doing pure copies of sets you've already built, I'm not for copies unless it's the blacksmith. That's the only one that I would have two of. And I want to customize the second one. I want to change all the blue roof tiles.
See, for you,
off the blacksmith and change it to red and white. I've seen it at a couple of the shows.
And for you, Brett,
where they do
I know you don't
the peas in blacksmith, but they do the roof red and white, couple colours, and it looks epic. So for that reason, I will buy another blacksmith one day before it gets too expensive.
Yeah. And I know for you, you don't buy a curtain.
And it won't be Hoosier's one because he won't sell it for me.
Yeah. But I would recommend getting minifigure parts off Bricks and Pieces, because that's the torsos and the legs and some of the helmets and stuff. It's as cheap as you'd ever get it in a set. And the there have been some really nice parts out there between the King's Castle and the Medieval Square, where you could easily get villagers like this guy. You can get there are probably 5 or 6 torsos in the Medieval Square that are fantastic that you can get for $1 or $1.20 on Bricks and Pieces. I would highly recommend picking those up if they're still available to you. And I don't know if you have standard pieces. I would assume you do. We don't here in the U.S., so we've lost 3/4 of the good parts that I would order. So Bricks and Pieces isn't really an option for me to buy that stuff right now. But that's, if you're a castle collector at all, I would highly recommend picking stuff up off there, because you could spend $50 and get a whole army of figures versus a $50 set. So that's the one thing I'd recommend.
And therefore fly that word, Kevin Wagner. Therefore fly that word that I don't like.
What word?
I don't begrudge you all, yourself and Reed especially, because I know that you both have armies of a plenty. But personally, for me, I'm not so much about trying to battle everyone. I'm more about the village being alive and being stories.
And that's what I'm saying. The Medieval
Square
Square
want to battle each other. My villagers just want to get along.
And the villagers in the Medieval Square, those are available on Bricks and Pieces right now. And the commoners in the King's Castle, those are the things to get. Because you're always talking villagers and commoners. That's what you go for. And if you don't want the fashions, that's fine. But I would still recommend picking up, like, and there, some of the Viking torsos are still on there that work well. So
yeah, no, I'm going to have to look into it eventually, because like you say, I'm running out of figures that I don't have, and the next lot of figures are going to be expensive ones. So
yeah,
I either start building or I just start buying the expensive ones. And yeah, it's going to be cheaper to build, I know. But no, I take the advice, you know. And again, I started off with a bunch of bricks and no minifigures. And through being in the community, I've now got enough figures. I've got 2 or 3 factions. I've got some villages. Like we were saying earlier, if Lego stopped today, I could recycle what I've got into a new layout so many times. I'd never be bored with it, you know. Yeah. But occasionally I get choice things offered to me, and especially with the castle, it's hard to say no, because castle doesn't come up every day. It's not a Lego City set. It's not a Star Wars set. It's something that Lego don't really sell anymore. So when it does come up, I don't hesitate. I buy first and ask questions later.
Yeah. And like Denmark's saying, when they do remakes of Star Wars sets, they get smaller and smaller, and some of the pieces get better, so they can do so they look better, but you're typically losing size, you're losing figures, you're losing other stuff. So from a castle perspective, for me, but
the bit that's always blown my mind
is,
go on, Kevin, go on.
No, go ahead. The bit that's always blowing your mind is,
I was going to say, like, the new one with the wolf is what, $15? So what does that make the vintage one worth? Is he instantly double that because he's an OG?
Well, that's where you could use the classic wolf pack or the new wolf pack, and they're pretty interchangeable. It's just more what your preference is, right?
Right, but say you're a purist and you want everything 1988 when Castle was at its peak, whatever. That's a double price against the CMF. That's the way I look at it. Yeah, 100%. That's original. That came out of the raised base plate set. Yeah, 100% original. OG. I've got the lifty panel box for it, Mr. Wagner. That's how OG it is. The box is falling apart. But yeah,
I had the Wolfpack Knights wagon. That's where I first got them. I might have gotten the Wolfpack Fortress or Outpost ways down the road, but it was always the $5, $10, $15 sets that I went for because that's what I could get as a kid. So, but yeah, from a castle standpoint at this point, though, I can build whatever I want. From a castle standpoint, I can't create figures without the parts, and that's where the figures are always the biggest draw for me right now. So,
yeah. And again, as we talked about last week and whatnot, the Gold Knight, prime example, he's $100. You know, he's
which
up
is
there with the
ridiculous.
horse barding that Butt Chop showed us last night on Homebrew. You know, he's got that green barding with the yellow dragon on it.
Yep.
And Chop showed that one. You know, it's nice to have the OG stuff, but occasionally, like you say, with the Raven Knights, it was 3 bardings with horses for $20 on eBay. And because he didn't have one of the bardings and I had to wait a couple of days, he threw the figure in for nothing. So
nice.
I totally respect that. It's not meant to be the real deal. It's not the real deal. It's just fill in for fantasy, like you say. The OG stuff is the OG stuff.
Yep.
And that's the Lion Knights, the Dragon Knights, Bat Lords one. And, you know, eventually I'll potter through and I'll get them. But I also understand that, yeah, as they go up in price, it takes longer to get these things. Because you can't just throw $100 at a barding and then go and buy another one straight away.
Yeah. Mayo, I don't subscribe to anything, so I really can't help with that.
I'm persistent, as we know with the Advent calendar and Reed.
Yep. Maybe that will show up someday for Reed. So, yeah, we'll see. I would love a detailed Lake Town set. Lake Town would be phenomenal. It's just I don't anticipate it'll ever happen.
As much as I agree with him, there's one more. This one
that looks like the wizard from the chess set.
Yeah, I've got his table,
and it might be the wizard from the Advent calendar. Now that I think about it. Yeah, that's from the Advent calendar, isn't it?
No.
Nope.
No, this is the one that came in a box.
Oh, by itself. Okay.
With that dragon tile. Yeah, no. This was from Reed, along with an ice spare, some Nexo Knights when I first joined the community. He's one of my prized wizards. He was one of the first that I got. And yeah, I know he's not normal. I know he's not standard price. He's probably about $30, $40. I don't know. I've never looked him up. I don't look figures up for that reason. The only reason I ever look the damn things up is when I'm trying to buy them. So. But yeah, he's got the gold dragon on his hat. Not that you can see it because my lighting's really bad.
Yeah, my poor knowledge of streaming, I don't know how to kick or delete post. So, yeah, that's a cool wizard. It's Magisto's fine and all, but I like to see more variety on the wizards.
Yeah, same. I got Jetta and Gandalf and Devil in the bar.
All right. Yeah, well, I got to wrap things up here. I got to go put the kids to bed. But thank you very much, Brett, for the parade of castle figures. And thanks everyone in the chat for the discussion. It was a very enjoyable evening. Even though we had Angry Reed to start the show, he calmed down soon enough. And yeah, you guys should all move over to Critical Bricks and go watch that. But thank you all for joining us. We'll be here again next week. Good night, Zissou. Good night, MJB. Good night, Denmark, Mayo, Bart.
Take care, y'all.
Good night, Jeff. I'm assuming Jeff is still out there. Good night, Grumpy J, if you're still around. So thank you for joining us yet again. And I look forward to seeing you all next week as well. Bye.